The strongest building in the world is useless if it is left unprotected. The sharpest sword eventually becomes dull if it is never maintained. And the greatest potential can be wasted if it is never developed. You have already begun building yourself. You have learned respect. You have learned forgiveness. You have learned challenge. You have learned improvement. You have learned discipline. Now it is time to elevate yourself to a higher level. Because life is not only about becoming stronger, it is about becoming wiser. It is about becoming more valuable. It is about becoming more capable. It is about becoming more intentional. The next 5 lessons will teach you how to preserve what you have built and expand what you are capable of becoming. Protect yourself. Invest in yourself. Educate yourself. Accept yourself. Master yourself. These lessons represent a higher stage of personal growth, a stage where you stop depending on circumstances and begin developing true inner power. Because the people who achieve extraordinary things are rarely those who master the world. They are those who master themselves. And self-mastery is one of the greatest victories a human being can ever achieve. Please kindly support our channel by subscribing to this channel, by liking and share this video to others. Thank you very much. Lesson 1. Why and how you should protect yourself. Protect yourself. Not from growth, not from challenges, not from responsibility. Protect yourself from the things that quietly steal your peace, weaken your character, drain your energy, and destroy your future. Many people spend years working hard to build a better life. They build dreams, they build careers, they build relationships, they build opportunities. But they forget something important. What you build must also be protected. A farmer protects the harvest. A homeowner protects the house. A business owner protects the business. Likewise, you must protect your mind, your heart, your character, your energy, and your future. Because not everything deserves access to your life. Not every voice deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your consideration. Not every battle deserves your participation. One of the greatest acts of wisdom is learning what to allow into your life and what to keep out. Many people suffer unnecessarily because they give too much access to negativity. They listen to every criticism. They absorb every insult. They respond to every argument. They carry every burden. And over time, their peace disappears. Their focus weakens. Their energy declines. Their happiness fades. But people who understand the value of self-protection recognize a powerful truth. You cannot protect your future if you fail to protect your mind. Your mind is one of the most valuable assets you possess. Everything begins there. Your thoughts influence your decisions. Your decisions influence your actions. Your actions influence your future. That is why you must guard what enters your mind. Be careful what you watch. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you repeatedly expose yourself to. Because whatever consistently enters your mind eventually influences your life. Negative influences often arrive quietly. Sometimes they appear as toxic friendships. Sometimes they appear as destructive habits. Sometimes they appear as constant criticism. Sometimes they appear as environments that discourage growth. At first, the damage seems small, but over time, the effects become significant. A small leak can eventually sink a ship. Likewise, small negative influences can gradually damage your confidence, your focus, and your future. That is why protecting yourself is not weakness, it is wisdom. Protect your peace. Not everyone deserves access to your emotional energy. Some people create drama wherever they go. Some people spread negativity wherever they speak. Some people constantly drain the energy of those around them. You are not required to carry every burden that others create. You are not required to participate in every conflict. You are not required to sacrifice your peace simply to satisfy other people. Peace is precious. Protect it. Protect your standards. The standards you accept often determine the future you experience. Low standards create unnecessary problems. High standards create stronger outcomes. Do not lower your standards simply because others are unwilling to raise theirs. Protect your values. The world will constantly offer shortcuts. Shortcuts to success. Shortcuts to popularity. Shortcuts to recognition. But many shortcuts come at a hidden cost. They require compromising your integrity. They require abandoning your principles. They require sacrificing your character. People who protect themselves understand that no temporary reward is worth permanent regret. Protect your time. Time is one of the most valuable resources you will ever possess. Money lost can often be earned again. Opportunities lost can sometimes return. But time spent is gone forever. Be careful where you invest it. Be careful who receives it. Be careful what consumes it. Protect your dreams. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your goals. Not everyone will believe in your potential. That is okay. Some dreams grow best when protected from unnecessary doubt and negativity. Protect your energy. Energy is the fuel that powers achievement. Without energy, goals become difficult. Without energy, focus becomes difficult. Without energy, growth becomes difficult. Spend time with people who inspire you. Spend time with people who challenge you to become better. Spend time with people who encourage growth. Distance yourself from influences that constantly pull you backward. This does not mean becoming isolated. It means becoming intentional. The people closest to you often influence the direction of your life. Choose wisely. Protect your future. Every decision you make today is shaping tomorrow. The habits you practice, the people you associate with, the standards you maintain, the values you protect, the choices you make. All of them are quietly creating your future. The strongest people are not those who fight every battle. They are those who know which battles deserve their attention. The wisest people are not those who listen to every opinion. They are those who know which voices deserve their trust. The most successful people are not those who chase every opportunity. They are those who focus on the opportunities aligned with their purpose. Protecting yourself requires courage. Sometimes it means saying no. Sometimes it means walking away. Sometimes it means setting boundaries. Sometimes it means disappointing people. But every healthy boundary is an act of self-respect. Every wise decision is an act of self-protection. Every protected value is an investment in your future. Never apologize for protecting your peace. Never apologize for protecting your growth. Never apologize for protecting your standards. Never apologize for protecting your future. Because the life you are building is too valuable to leave unprotected. Protect yourself wisely, because your peace, your character, your energy, and your future are among the most valuable treasures you possess. Guard them carefully, nurture them intentionally, and never allow temporary distractions to destroy what you are working so hard to build. Lesson 2. Why and how you should invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. This is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. Many people spend years investing in things around them while neglecting the person responsible for creating their future. They invest in possessions. They invest in appearances. They invest in temporary pleasures, but they fail to invest in themselves. And yet, the greatest investment you will ever make is not found in a bank account, a business opportunity, or a financial asset. The greatest investment you will ever make is in the person you become, because everything in your life rises or falls with you. Your future depends on you. Your decisions depend on you. Your growth depends on you. Your success depends on you. And the better you become, the greater your ability to create opportunities, overcome obstacles, and achieve meaningful goals. Imagine owning a machine capable of producing unlimited wealth. You would protect it. You would maintain it. You would improve it. You would invest in it. The truth is that you already possess something far more valuable. You possess yourself, your mind, your skills, your knowledge, your character, your health, your abilities. These are assets capable of producing value for the rest of your life. That is why investing in yourself is never a waste. It is one of the few investments that continues paying dividends year after year. Invest in your knowledge. Knowledge expands possibilities. Knowledge improves decisions. Knowledge opens doors that ignorance keeps closed. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities become available. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. Never stop developing your understanding of the world. Invest in your skills. Skills create opportunities. Skills create confidence. Skills create independence. The marketplace rewards people who solve problems and provide value. Every new skill you develop increases your ability to contribute, succeed, and thrive. Do not underestimate the power of learning something new. One skill can change a career. One skill can change a business. One skill can change a life. Invest in your health. Without health, success becomes difficult to enjoy. Without energy, goals become difficult to pursue. Without strength, opportunities become difficult to seize. Your body carries every dream you have. Treat it accordingly. Invest in exercise, invest in rest, invest in proper nutrition, invest in your well-being. The stronger you become physically, the stronger you become mentally and emotionally. Invest in your character. Character is what remains when circumstances change. Character determines how you handle success. Character determines how you respond to adversity. Character determines whether people trust you. Talents may open doors. Character keeps them open. Never sacrifice character for temporary gain. Invest in your confidence. Confidence grows through preparation. Confidence grows through experience. Confidence grows through keeping promises to yourself. Every time you honor your commitments, your belief in yourself strengthens. Every time you follow through, your confidence increases. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build. Invest in your future. Many people spend more time planning vacations than planning their lives. Many people spend more money entertaining themselves than improving themselves. But the people who achieve extraordinary results think differently. They understand that today's investments become tomorrow's opportunities. Every book you read, every skill you learn, every healthy habit you build, every lesson you master, every improvement you make, all of these investments are quietly creating a stronger future. The beautiful thing about investing in yourself is that nobody can take it away from you. Money can disappear, possessions can be lost, circumstances can change, but the knowledge you acquire remains. The wisdom you develop remains. The skills you learn remain. The character you build remains. The growth you achieve remains. And those assets continue serving you long after temporary things have faded away. The people who experience the greatest growth are often the people who never stop investing in themselves. They never become satisfied with stagnation. They never stop learning. They never stop improving. They never stop developing. Because they understand a powerful truth. The person you become determines the life you create. If you improve yourself, your opportunities improve. If you improve yourself, your confidence improves. If you improve yourself, your future improves. Everything begins there. Invest in yourself. Not someday. Not when conditions are perfect. Not when life becomes easier. Start now. Because every investment you make in yourself today becomes part of the foundation upon which tomorrow is built. The greatest asset you will ever own is you. Invest in your growth, invest in your knowledge, invest in your health, and invest in your character. Because when you become more valuable, your life naturally becomes richer with opportunities, purpose, and success. Lesson 3. Why and how you should educate yourself. Educate yourself. One of the greatest differences between where you are today and where you could be tomorrow is what you know. Knowledge has the power to transform lives. Knowledge has the power to open doors. Knowledge has the power to create opportunities. Knowledge has the power to change destinies. Yet many people stop learning the moment they leave school. They assume that education ends when formal education ends. But the truth is that the most successful people in the world never stop learning. They understand a powerful principle. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. Life constantly changes. Technology changes. Industries change. Opportunities change. Challenges change. And the people who continue educating themselves remain prepared for those changes. Education is far more than earning degrees. It is far more than passing examinations. It is far more than collecting certificates. True education is the continuous pursuit of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and growth. A diploma may open a door, but continuous learning keeps doors opening throughout your life. The world rewards value, and education increases your value. The more you learn, the more you understand. The more you understand, the better decisions you make. The better decisions you make, the better your future becomes. Many people suffer not because opportunities are absent. They suffer because knowledge is absent. Lack of financial knowledge creates financial struggles. Lack of health knowledge creates preventable suffering. Lack of emotional knowledge creates damaged relationships. Lack of practical knowledge creates unnecessary mistakes. Knowledge reduces confusion. Knowledge reduces fear. Knowledge increases confidence. Knowledge creates freedom. When you understand something, you fear it less. When you understand something, you handle it better. When you understand something, you gain greater control over your life. That is why education is one of the most powerful investments you can make. Every book you read adds something to your mind. Every lesson you learn adds something to your future. Every skill you acquire increases your potential. Every piece of wisdom you gain improves your ability to navigate life successfully. The beautiful thing about education is that it compounds. One lesson leads to another. One skill supports another. One insight creates another. Over time, small pieces of knowledge become extraordinary wisdom. Many of the most successful people in history became lifelong students. They never assumed they knew everything. They remained curious. They remained teachable. They remained humble enough to continue learning because they understood that knowledge is not a destination. It is a journey. The moment you believe you know everything is often the moment growth begins to stop. Stay curious. Stay teachable. Stay willing to learn. Read books. Study successful people. Learn from mentors. Learn from experience. Learn from failure. Learn from mistakes. Learn from history. Learn from life itself. Every experience contains a lesson. Every setback contains wisdom. Every challenge contains knowledge. The question is whether you are willing to learn from it. Educating yourself also increases confidence. Many fears exist because of uncertainty. Many doubts exist because of ignorance. But knowledge often replaces uncertainty with understanding. The more prepared you become, the more confident you become. The more informed you become, the more capable you become. The more educated you become, the more opportunities become available to you. Education does not guarantee success, but ignorance often guarantees limitations. Knowledge expands possibilities. Knowledge broadens perspectives. Knowledge strengthens decision-making. Knowledge improves problem-solving. Knowledge increases influence. Knowledge increases value. And the person who continues learning throughout life gains an advantage that many people never develop. Do not allow your growth to stop. Do not become satisfied with what you already know. There are new skills to learn, new ideas to understand, new perspectives to explore, new wisdom to acquire. The future belongs to people who continue growing. The future belongs to people who continue learning. The future belongs to people who remain students of life. Remember this: your income can grow when your knowledge grows. Your confidence can grow when your understanding grows. Your opportunities can grow when your skills grow. Your future can grow when you grow. And growth begins with education. Educate yourself. Not because you know nothing, but because there is always more to learn. Not because you are inadequate, but because you are capable of becoming far more than you are today. Every lesson you learn today becomes a tool you can use tomorrow. Every skill you develop today becomes an advantage you can use in the future. Every piece of wisdom you gain today becomes part of the foundation upon which your future success is built. Educate yourself relentlessly, because knowledge is one of the few treasures that grows every time you use it. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you understand, the more you achieve. And the more you educate yourself, the more capable you become of creating an extraordinary life. Lesson 4. Why and how you should accept yourself. Accept yourself. This may be one of the most important and liberating things you will ever learn to do. Many people spend their lives fighting themselves. They fight their past. They fight their weaknesses. They fight their imperfections. They fight their mistakes. They fight their appearance. They fight their personality. They fight the very person they see in the mirror. As a result, they live in a constant state of frustration. They exhaust themselves trying to become someone else. They compare themselves endlessly. They wish they had someone else's talents, someone else's appearance, someone else's opportunities, someone else's life. But there is a problem with this approach. You cannot build a meaningful life while constantly rejecting yourself. You cannot develop confidence while constantly criticizing yourself. You cannot experience peace while constantly wishing you were someone else. That is why acceptance is so powerful. Acceptance is not weakness. Acceptance is not surrender. Acceptance is not giving up, not surrender. Acceptance is not giving up on growth. Acceptance simply means recognizing reality honestly while refusing to hate yourself because of it. It means looking at yourself truthfully and saying, "This is who I am today, and I will continue growing from here." Many people misunderstand self-acceptance. They believe accepting themselves means becoming comfortable with mediocrity. They believe acceptance means abandoning ambition. They believe acceptance means refusing to improve. Nothing could be further from the truth. In reality, acceptance creates the foundation upon which improvement is built. Because you cannot effectively improve something you constantly reject. You cannot nurture something you constantly despise. You cannot strengthen something you constantly attack. Growth becomes easier when acceptance comes first. Imagine trying to build a house on unstable ground. The structure will always struggle. Likewise, personal growth struggles when it is built upon self-rejection. Acceptance creates stability. Acceptance creates peace. Acceptance creates clarity, and clarity creates progress. Accept your strengths. Do not apologize for your gifts. Do not hide your talents. Do not minimize your abilities simply to make others comfortable. Your strengths were given to you for a reason. Develop them, use them, share them. Accept your weaknesses, not because weaknesses are permanent, but because denying them prevents growth. The first step toward improvement is honest recognition. You cannot solve a problem you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot strengthen an area you pretend does not exist. Accept your weaknesses, then work on them. Accept your mistakes. Every human being makes them. Every successful person has made them. Every wise person has learned from them. Mistakes are part of growth. Mistakes are part of learning. Mistakes are part of becoming better. Do not allow mistakes to become reasons for self-hatred. Allow them to become lessons. Accept your journey. Your path is different from everyone else's. Your timeline is different. Your experiences are different. Your struggles are different. Your victories are different. Stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop measuring your progress against another person's timeline. Your journey belongs to you. Honor it, respect it, continue it. Accept your story. There may be chapters you wish had never happened. There may be painful memories. There may be disappointments. There may be losses. There may be failures. But every chapter has contributed to the person you are becoming. Even painful experiences often carry valuable lessons. Even difficult seasons often create hidden strengths. Even setbacks often prepare you for future success. Acceptance does not mean loving everything that happened. It means refusing to allow those experiences to define your worth. People who accept themselves experience a kind of freedom that many people never discover. They stop chasing impossible perfection. They stop seeking validation from everyone. They stop exhausting themselves trying to become someone they were never meant to be. Instead, they focus their energy where it belongs: growth, development, purpose, contribution. Self-acceptance allows you to work with yourself rather than against yourself. And when you stop fighting yourself, something remarkable happens. Your confidence grows. Your peace grows. Your resilience grows. Your ability to handle life's challenges grows. Why? Because your energy is no longer wasted on self-rejection. It is invested in self-improvement. The truth is that nobody is perfect. Nobody has every answer. Nobody is without flaws. Nobody is without struggles. Yet many people expect perfection from themselves. And when perfection fails to appear, they become discouraged. But perfection was never the goal. Growth is the goal. Progress is the goal. Improvement is the goal. You do not need to become perfect to become powerful. You do not need to become flawless to become successful. You do not need to become someone else to become extraordinary. You simply need to accept yourself while continuing to grow. Accept where you are. Accept who you are. Accept your strengths. Accept your weaknesses. Accept your journey. Accept your story. And then continue moving forward. Because acceptance is not the end of growth. It is the beginning of growth. Accept yourself completely, not because you have finished growing, but because you deserve the peace, confidence, and clarity required to keep growing. The moment you stop rejecting yourself is often the moment your greatest transformation begins. Lesson 5. Why and how you should master yourself. Master yourself. This is the highest level of personal growth, the ultimate challenge, the ultimate victory, the ultimate achievement. Many people spend their lives trying to control other people, trying to control circumstances, trying to control outcomes, trying to control the world around them. Yet they neglect the one thing they truly have the power to control: themselves. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against another person. It is not against competition. It is not against circumstances. It is not against adversity. The greatest battle you will ever fight is the battle within, the battle between discipline and temptation, the battle between courage and fear, the battle between wisdom and impulse, the battle between growth and comfort, the battle between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. Every day this battle takes place. Every decision matters. Every thought matters. Every habit matters. Every response matters. Because your life is ultimately shaped by the things you repeatedly think, choose, and do. That is why self-mastery is so powerful. Self-mastery means taking ownership of yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your habits, your actions, your reactions, your decisions. People who master themselves understand a powerful truth. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. Life will not always be fair. Life will not always be easy. Life will not always unfold according to your plans. Disappointments will come, obstacles will appear, criticism will arrive, difficult seasons will happen, but the person who masters themselves refuses to allow circumstances to become their master. They choose their response, they choose their attitude, they choose their actions, and those choices determine the quality of their future. One of the first areas of self-mastery is mastering your thoughts. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant grows. If you constantly plant fear, doubt, negativity, and excuses, those things will eventually dominate your life. But if you plant discipline, courage, gratitude, hope, and determination, those qualities begin shaping your future. Guard your thoughts carefully, because your thoughts eventually become words. Your words become actions. Your actions become habits. Your habits become character. And your character becomes destiny. Master your emotions. Emotions are powerful, but they are not always wise. Anger can destroy opportunities. Fear can prevent action. Jealousy can poison relationships. Pride can block growth. Impulsiveness can create regret. People who master themselves do not allow emotions to control their decisions. They acknowledge emotions. They understand emotions, but they do not surrender control to them. They lead their emotions instead of being led by them. Master your habits. Success is rarely created by one dramatic action. Success is usually created by repeated actions, daily actions, consistent actions, disciplined actions. The habits you practice every day are quietly creating your future. Good habits build success. Bad habits build regret. Every habit is either helping you or hurting you, strengthening you or weakening you, moving you forward or holding you back. That is why self-mastery requires intentional habits. Master your impulses. Many people destroy long-term success for short-term pleasure. They sacrifice future rewards for present comfort. They choose immediate gratification over lasting achievement. But people who master themselves understand something important. Temporary pleasure is often expensive. Discipline may be uncomfortable today, but regret is often far more painful tomorrow. Master your reactions. You cannot control what people say. You cannot control what people think. You cannot control every event that occurs, but you can control how you respond. And sometimes your response matters more than the event itself. A calm response can prevent conflict. A wise response can create opportunity. A disciplined response can change a life. Master your focus. The world is full of distractions. Distractions steal attention. Distractions steal productivity. Distractions steal potential. People who master themselves learn how to focus on what truly matters. They refuse to allow every distraction to determine the direction of their lives. The truth is that self-mastery creates freedom. Freedom from destructive habits, freedom from impulsive decisions, freedom from emotional slavery, freedom from unnecessary suffering, freedom from self-imposed limitations. Many people believe freedom means doing whatever they want. But true freedom comes from controlling yourself so effectively that your weaknesses no longer control you. The strongest people are not necessarily the wealthiest. They are not necessarily the most talented. They are not necessarily the most powerful. Often they are the people who learned how to master themselves. Because once you master yourself, very little can defeat you. Challenges may test you. Criticism may hurt you. Failures may disappoint you. But they no longer control you. You remain grounded. You remain disciplined. You remain focused. You remain committed. You remain strong. Self-mastery is not achieved in a single day. It is built decision by decision, habit by habit, choice by choice, day by day. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you strengthen self-mastery. Every time you choose courage over fear, you strengthen self-mastery. Every time you choose wisdom over impulse, you strengthen self-mastery. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you strengthen self-mastery. The journey is not easy, but it is worth it, because the person who masters themselves gains something priceless, the ability to direct their own life. And that is one of the greatest forms of power a human being can possess. Master yourself, and you will unlock a level of strength, confidence, discipline, and freedom that few people ever experience. The greatest victory is not conquering the world around you. The greatest victory is conquering the weaknesses within you and becoming the strongest version of yourself. We conclude this video. At the end of your life, people may remember your achievements. They may remember your accomplishments. They may remember your successes. But the greatest question will not be what you achieved. The greatest question will be, who did you become? Did you respect yourself enough to protect your dignity? Did you forgive yourself enough to continue growing? Did you challenge yourself enough to discover your true potential? Did you improve yourself enough to become better than yesterday? Did you discipline yourself enough to turn dreams into reality? Did you protect yourself enough to preserve your peace and purpose? Did you invest in yourself enough to increase your value? Did you educate yourself enough to expand your possibilities? Did you accept yourself enough to find peace while continuing to grow? Did you master yourself enough to control your thoughts, emotions, and actions? Because true success is not measured only by what you possess. It is measured by the person you become. The strongest victories are not always visible to the world. They happen within. Every time you choose discipline over excuses. Every time you choose growth over comfort. Every time you choose courage over fear. Every time you choose purpose over distraction. You are winning battles that shape your destiny. Never stop building yourself. Never stop growing. Never stop learning. Never stop improving. Never stop becoming. Because your greatest potential is still ahead of you. The person you are today is not the final version of who you can become. Keep moving. Keep growing. Keep believing. Keep building. And one day you will look back and realize that the most important thing you ever built was yourself. Please kindly support our channel by subscribing to this channel, by liking and share this video to others. Thank you very much.